سلام
بچه‌ها، امروز ما در خدمت سید یسیر هستیم، یکی از اساتید خلبان، کپتن سید یسیر بهتره بگم، یکی از اساتید خلبانی که توی مدرسه اونوری، نه مدرسه ما، یک مدرسه دیگه فورابیتوس، اونجا در حال اینستراکت هستند و اونجا معلمی میکنن. یک مدت طولانی یک مدت زمان طولانی نسبتا میتونم بگم که من و سید با هم دیگه در حال دوره معلمی بودیم. من توی این مدرسه، سید تو اون یکی مدرسه و تموم شد. امروز به سختی گیرش آوردم. سید میتونه فارسی صحبت کنه، فارسی هم متوجه میشه، 4 تا زبان بلد حرف بزنه. البته شمرد برامون الان 6 7 تا میشد، ولی 4 تا رو راحت متوجه میشه. میریم دیگه از خودش بشنویم ببینیم که چجوری بوده داستان سید. Salam Sayyid.
Salam.
Sayyid, please keep it loud.
Sure.
Because of من بچه‌ها خیلی فروتن و خیلی چی میگن؟ افتاده است. برای همین خیلی آروم با طمأنینه و دقیقا اون درخت پربار هست که اینجوریه. این همون درخت است و خواهش میکنم که not be very gentle and be some I don't know how to say it, but
I understand.
keep it loud.
Sure. سلام عزیزان، من سید یسیر هستم. من اهل هند و سنگاپور هستم. من فارسی صحبت لكن كم.
لكن كم.
Makes sense. So what I want to say is I speak Farsi but less and slow, not at native proficiency.
Where you were?
Oh, okay. Technically I was born in Qatar.
من ترجمه نمی کنم چون هر کسی که داره این ویدیو رو میبینه باید از اون حداقل زبان انگلیسی برخوردار باشه. Say it. You were born in Qatar. You went to Singapore.
No. Then I went to India. For some time I grew up there for 7 years. Then I was sent to Singapore, and then all my life I was there.
And from Singapore you came here.
Not really from Singapore. For some time then I went to India to spend with my parents, and then I came to South Africa.
Okay, so you are Indian citizen.
Citizen? Yes, Indian.
Tell us a bit about yourself. So tell us a bit more.
Sure. My name is Syed Yasir. I came to South Africa 2 years ago. I landed in Cape Town 18th February 2023, and I started my flying on 21st of February. It was a really pleasant day for me. It was a bit rainy, and I have a passion for flying. I really love flying, and ever since I can remember, every time I went to the airport or I saw a plane flying overhead, I really was fascinated by the sight. I have a keen passion and interest for aviation, which led me to join a flight school here in South Africa. And ever since I have been using and channelizing that passion and that energy of mine to progress my career. And yeah, that is all about myself. And in my free time I really like to learn and know about different cultures, like the Persian culture. I have been to Iran 2 times, once in 2017 and the other was in 2019. I really like the culture, and especially Iran holds a really nice place in my heart because my first visit to Iran was in 2017, which was really nice and drastic turning point in my life, especially for myself. So that's why Iran and the country itself and the culture and the people, let's not forget about the food, has a really big impact on myself as a person. And the Arabic culture, definitely the really nice kabsa and mandi and zurbiyan and mugalgal.
Isa stands here and listening to us and he's looking him bad when
What about my culture?
he was talking about Persian culture, and now he started to.
I really like the Arabic culture as well, the closeness, the welcoming, which is very close to the Iranian culture
Yes,
as well.
but not
how they greet,
jealous
in a
as well.
different way.
Jealous, in jealous way.
We're still better. Like our culture is still better, right? A bit better. I'm joking.
I'm on camera.
Enough.
I really like to learn different languages, if not all, then some of it. And yeah, that's all about myself.
What's made you to like Iranian culture, or you say
Well,
I loved Iran and
Yeah. Earlier, before visiting Iran, I had a different picture, which let's keep it that
We
way.
know what. We
yeah.
know.
I had a
Everyone
different picture because an early years of teenage and very much affected by what I'm seeing around myself. So I was really affected by that. But then when I visited Iran myself, it really flipped over my mindset. It had a big impact. The people, how they were welcoming, the culture, the warmth that I felt was really impactful on myself. And ever since then, I have been trying to learn more and more and more every time about the Persian culture, and that was one of the reasons which led me to learn the Farsi language in itself.
he's genius. I love him. I know.
I really like Zirishk Polo, Ash, and Sohan, Halwa.
What about, do you know Gorm Sabzi?
Ghorm Sabzi.
Kebab, and also kebabs.
Well, that's a constant. I have been to Tehran, Shiraz, Esfahan, Bandar Abbas, Hormuz, and Mashhad, Qom, and there's a small city close to Mashhad. On top, I forgot the name. There's a national park, very nice national park. It's all close to northwest of Mashhad.
Northwest of.
You can say north of Nishabur.
North of Neshabur. Man, he knows some cities that I forgot the name. Oh. Man, I can't remember the name, but I know that.
There's a very nice, beautiful national park. In Shiraz, I remember I stayed in I forgot the name. I think it was the Lotfullah Hotel, or it was a very beautiful
Lutf
hotel.
Ali Khan?
No, Lotfullah Hotel.
Lutfullah?
Yeah, I guess it was Lotfullah Hotel, and very, very nice. The Bazar in Shiraz. Oh my God, that was really fascinating. And what moved me was how the Iranians, despite all the political, economic, and the whatnot scenarios, they have kept that culture. They have preserved it. That is really compelling, and that is really moving. That is really nice. Right.
So glad to hear, man.
Much shukran.
Yeah, it is fascinating to hear this. What's your situation right now, man?
At the moment, I just finished my instructor check ride yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. If you ask me about my situation, I'm feeling really confident, happy, magnificent. I'm really feeling light, like a mountain moved from my shoulders. I'm really feeling great. And of course, to have a friend like Ali.
All
It's
pleasure, man.
always a blessing.
What made you decide to come to South Africa to study here? Why you didn't choose somewhere else?
First thing was the cost of flying. I'll be really honest. The cost of flying. Second was the quality of flying. At this cost, what we spend here in South Africa, let's say for CPL, for commercial pilot license, you get a very close quality, close to USA or Canada maybe, and the time is not very long. You can finish off with everything in around 18 months, which is 1.5 years. These durations were really promising for me to choose South Africa. And also I knew that South Africa in the African continent is a safer place. On top of it, that's why I chose Cape Town, because as compared to other South African cities, Cape Town is much safer and much lively. So these were the reasons why I chose South Africa, precisely Cape Town, for my flight training.
You started with 4 aviators from the beginning?
Yes.
So it took 1.5 years.
Yeah, for me
How much it cost for you?
It cost me around roughly 880,000 rand.
A to Z or?
A to Z, completely.
So it means instructor rating and instrument rating and multi-engine inside this?
Yes, not the instructor rating.
Not the instructor rating.
Yeah.
But 880,000
rands
included CPL, multi-engine, instrument rating.
Yes.
1.5.
1.5 year.
So it's a good number.
Let me clarify one thing. Let's not focus too much on the numbers because they can vary depending on the candidate, and definitely the weather, Hawa can change. Hawa can change. The weather can change, but we cannot predict that. Maybe the aircraft is unserviceable, or these things happen. So that's why I like to put it in this way. People think aviation is all about glamour, glory, money, traveling and all these things. Yes, it is about that, but primarily after 2 years of training and at various levels, meeting various people, having experienced various situations, I believe aviation is about 3 things: rejection, cancellation and delays. You got to accept these 3 things. There's a delay, you have to accept that. You cannot do anything about it. Accept it. There's a rejection, ask the reason, accept it. That's how aviation works. Because remember, you are taking some people up there. You cannot stop if something goes wrong. You cannot pull the car aside. It's not like that. So you need to be very well seasoned, precise and very accurate in your calculations.
Everything. How do you find the flights and education system here?
It's very well structured. The CAA, the South African Civil Aviation Authority, has really structured it well. I find it I won't say very easy, but it is good enough to give you a nice training that once you, let's say, have ATPL, you're well trained enough to apply anywhere in the world. It is nice. So the flight training is divided for 200 hours in South Africa, and the exams are divided. Must I go on with these details or?
Yes.
Sure. So the exams are divided into 2 phases, which is PPL and CPL. You don't have to give all of them all together.
We call it integrated system that we used to have it in Iran.
Yeah.
We have integrated CPL, integrated instrument rating, or integrated ATPL frozen. So students sit in stage 1 class. He or she proceed toward its flying. After that, come for stage 2 again, and it goes and write just the last exam, that is ATP exam or CPL instrument rated exam altogether. But here we call it modular. So you need to do it module by module, stage by stage.
So in the first stage you do your PPL training, where you will be going through various stages of flying, initial flying, and upon reaching 20 to 25 hours you should be getting your solo. Solo is that you're flying alone. Would you like to explain that better in Farsi? Solo.
میفهمم که خب زمانی که شما پروازتون به 14 hours. What time is that solo time?
15.
15. حالا بستگی به مدرسه داره، بعضی جا 15 ساعت، بعضی جا 14 ساعت. مثلا تو ایران in Iran I've been in Singapore at my 10th hours.
Okay.
So when I reached 10th I went for solo.
Okay. Well,
there is a limitation for the minimum hour, but it's not a limitation for maximum. There is a maximum for
there is maximum as well.
Upper side.
Yeah.
یه حداقلی وجود داره، یه حد اکثر وجود داره. حداقل که از نظر ایمنی اجازه نمیدن شما زودتر برید برای سولو. تو ایران 10 ساعت بود زمان ما، اینجا 14-15 ساعت حدوداً تو همین مدارس حدوداً. میشه یه مدرسه بالاتر بگیرتش، میتونم یه مدرسه پایین‌تر بگیرتش، ولی قانون آفریقا فکر می‌کنم کمتر از 14-15 ساعت کسی نمیتونه سولو بپره. دیگه تا زمانی که دانشجو به اون درجه از کوالیفیکیشن و اون توانایی برسه که بتونه بره یک پترن بزنه، بیاد هواپیما رو بتونه استاندارد و سیف تیک آف کنه، بره دور فرودگاه بچرخه، یک پترن بذاره و استاندارد هم لندینگ کنه. چند تا سناریو هم استادش قبلش دوباره بهش آموزش میده که مطمئن باشه که ایشون نمیمیره و بله سرش نمیاد توی اون یک 10 minutes, huh?
10 minutes for what?
For that solo pattern.
Yeah, one will take around 10 minutes, yes.
Yeah, 10 دقیقه میره و میاد دور میزنه.
More or less, depends on the aircraft.
Yes.
And how much traffic is there in the circuit as well. So, coming back to the structure of exams, the structure of exams is very easy, not too difficult. Yes, a lot of times the students get overwhelmed, get scared by the quantity of exams, but what they don't understand is they have to write these exams in parts.
So they can focus better on
PPL and then CPL, right? And then they have enough time for each exam as well. The passing criteria here is 75 on 100.
Without any negative points.
Yeah, there's no negative points. You either score or you don't. So that's how the exams are constituted here. After finishing your PPL, you write an exam called night rating exam. You go through your night rating.
That is 10 hours?
10 hours, yes. Thereafter, you do your hour building. And then comes your multi-IF or single engine IF, whatever you like.
Yes. After 1.5 years, you're going to have your CPL, instrument rating, or multi-engine. Depends on your performance.
Absolutely.
If this guy could do all of these things in 1.5 with the weather of Cape Town, I think it was a good performance. It was brilliant performance because of the weather. Maybe we cannot fly for 1 month in this weather.
Yeah.
Now the weather is fine. It's better than fine. But in some month in Cape Town, we have thunderstorm. We have
July,
bad weather.
August, September.
And in some month, we have very high wind with wind shear, with gust that we are unable to fly at that specific time. So you must consider these 2 periods as no fly time, and you must study at that time. You must do your exams at that time, and use that time as benefit for you.
Yeah. So usually what the students do is that they use the bad weather period for their exams.
Exactly.
It's really easy to do it.
How does the education system here compared to India, or I don't know which one you better know, India or Singapore? India.
Okay.
So how we can compare these 2 countries?
For aviation, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say yes. That's why I chose South Africa, because it provided me a better course, a better structure. In India, yeah, there are a lot of flying schools. Not too many in Singapore. Not even one.
Not even one?
There is, because Singapore is a small island, you see.
And also the population is not...
It's not about the population, it's about the place. Like the... how to say? There's no place to do that, because it's a small island. It's just maybe a bit bigger than Cape Town. So they have a flying school, Singapore College of Flying, but it's in Australia.
It's in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's gonna need a huge amount of finance.
Yes,
to cover it.
Australia and New Zealand are pretty expensive. Pretty expensive. About India, yes, the cost and time, both of them in India are high. It takes about 5 million Indian
Right.
rupees.
Indian
rupees.
So
5 million to
can you compare it to dollar?
dollar. I'm not too sure about that, but 5 million Indian rupees, just
So
why not just convert it now?
no. Give us an estimate if you can, or in rand. I can.
I'm really not sure, but is it fine if I just
ببین فرق آدم دقیق با یه آدم غیر دقیق این شکلیه. مثلا سوال میپرسی میگه بذار در بیارم همین الان چک کنم. الان میخواد کانورت کنه مستقیم.
I don't know what you're saying.
دقیقاً عددشون به دلار چقدر میشه، ولی من میدونم که هند اینقدر گرون و طولانی مدت هست کورسش که مجبور میشن که برن یک Is that too much? Are you sure? $60,000. It's $60,000.
Yes, that is the minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah,
حداقل $60,000.
only flying, no cost of living and anything. Only flying.
Only the course.
Yes,
It
only
means
the course.
flying, ground schools, and briefings, these things.
You can include 500,000 for ground school. Usually, so in India, how
So
it
let's
goes,
say $70,000.
Yeah, $80,000.
$80,000. So let's say here I calculated from rand to US dollar, and I found 40 something, 42, 43,000 A to
Dollars.
Z dollars.
Half the price.
Half the
Almost half the price.
Okay. So
Go on.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
How
sorry.
many Indians?
Sorry to cut you. Also, the duration in India is a bit longer. It takes almost at least 2 years to finish the flying.
2 years.
Only the flying.
Only flying. So let's
Not-
say 3 years for whole thing.
No, 2 years only for flying, not the exams.
So let's say 3 years, 4 years.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling you. And also, how many students do you have in for aviators coming from India?
At the moment, we have around 120 students, I suppose. I don't have the exact count, but at least 120 students.
120 students just came from India.
Well, yeah, you can say it's majority of it is Indian. If let's say it's 120 students, so you can say
100 is
90. Let's keep it 90. 90 are from India, 30 can be from all other places.
Okay.
You can say 100 from India as well. It's fine.
Tell us about instructor rating. How much it cost for you there?
Instructor rating is a pretty fine course to do if you want your learning to improve, definitely. Ours as well. Sorry. Instructor rating takes about roughly 3 months in South Africa, has 2 theory exams, 20 hours of flying, and 80 hours of briefing. And it costed me around 100 to 120,000
120,000.
complete.
Complete thing with DFE check, with
Everything, all the ratings for aircraft.
When I came to your school to sign the contract to study my instructor rating there, on the paper it was something like 100,000. 98, 96?
100. It is
On the paper, it
Yeah.
was 98, I think. I believe it was 96 or 98, something like this.
Okay.
But something is
Yeah.
not included on the paper everywhere.
You can always take a variation of
20%.
20 to 30%, because see, the cost that you have might be a rough cost because they cannot include different aircrafts in that cost, right? That's the reason.
Yeah. And also, for example, something it's not related to the school. For example, the cost you must pay, the payment you must pay to CAA to issue your license. The cost that it's the money you must pay to the DFE, to the examiner, to come and examine you and check. We call it a skill test or check right. And that's gonna cost you some money you must pay to the examiner directly, or some extra hours in case you need it. And if we call it, if shit happens, you must pay more for that shit. So how is instructor rating, how it went?
It went very well. It was really nice. I learned quite a lot. To be honest, my understanding of concepts of aviation improved, and I learned more in depth and in detail while doing instructor rating, be it flying or briefing. Why are you smiling?
Because it's exactly the same for me.
Perfect. And
now
while doing instructor rating, we both were very connected.
Yes.
We used to discuss quite a lot of stuff.
Yes.
My understanding for the concepts that I learned back in my training days as a PPL student improved in a way that I understood from a student's point of view and an instructor's perspective as well.
Exactly.
So now, the biggest challenge, keep that in mind, everyone who is willing to do instructor rating, the biggest challenge for instructor rating is that transition, that change from student to instructor, where as a student you expect an answer from someone, but as an instructor an answer is expected from you. Do you get me? So as a student you are more of questioning and someone else is answering your questions, but as an instructor you play the part of answering. So you cannot just blabber around. If you don't know, say you don't know. If you know it up to a certain level, keep it up to that level. And yes, to be a good flight instructor, what I have learned, I'm just one day of flying instructor at the moment, so what I believe is asking a lot of questions from your senior, learning from others' mistakes, and owning up to your mistake.
What's your future plan?
My future plan is to work for a while as an instructor.
For how long?
At least 1.5 years, at least.
To make a specific number on your logbook? To build your hours?
Yeah, I can say that. I'm actually looking forward to have at least a frozen ATPL in South Africa.
It means 1,500
hours of flying. Yes.
Especially PIC.
Yeah. And then I will start applying in the airlines.
So, after you fly 1,500 hours, instruction. So, instruction, guys, means PIC. So, when you are instructor pilot and you do instruct in the aircraft, so it means any hour build, it's PIC hour. So, instead of, if you want to get your ATP, you must pay for hours. For example, you must hire an aircraft, pay for each hour you want to fly, and at the end you paid 1,500 to build that 1,500 hours to get your ATP. If you want to get your ATP and in this while you got paid for that hours, you got paid for that duration, you must be instructor pilot, or you must find a job that the requirement for that job it's initial level. It means you just graduated from pilot school, from ATO we call it, and just fly with a Cessna 172 or...
For example, you can join a skydiving club, or you can ferry the aircrafts for people from one place to another. These two are, if you're lucky, if you wish to pay for a bit extra, get a type rating for some bigger aircraft and then fly maybe charter, if possible. But usually flight instructor rating is the most sought after rating.
Exactly. So it's not hard to get through it, to enter the flight school.
Yes.
Finding a job, I think it's the easiest job that you can find in whole aviation industry. Yes or no?
Instructor?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Because everywhere need instructor.
Yeah, every school needs instructor.
So how many instructor your school needs right now? You told me a number, I want to hear it again.
At the moment, they are having 18 instructors and requiring more because of the number of students in the aircrafts.
Because instructor rating is a temporary job. So if you're instructor somewhere, you want to build your hour. Your goal is to build your hour to reach at 1,500, this guy told us.
Yeah.
And also me as well. I want to build my 1,500 hours. After that, you're gonna leave and you're gonna change your career to, for example, airliner, to be airliner first officer. And you get paid more there.
Yeah, definitely. But I just want to add a point here. As a flight instructor, your goal shouldn't be just to get the hours.
Exactly. It's my bad. I'm sorry. I surrender. Because yes, this is the worst behavior.
Yeah, worst behavior.
Yes,
to milk your student, to use your student for money and hours.
Exactly.
So your goal should be to give out as much as you can, the knowledge, the training. The hours will definitely come along.
Exactly.
If you are a good instructor, well, the students would really love to fly with you, and
you will fly more, you will earn more, you will reach your goals faster and better. But if you be a bad instructor like me, you won't fly more, you won't fly as much as you want, you won't earn, and you won't reach that goal you consider.
Well, you will reach, but not with the very, promising journey. It would be a bit...
Look, ببین چقدر آدم درست حسابیه واقعا. یه ایرانی سوءاستفاده‌گر یک امیدوارم که متوجه نشده باشه چی گفتم. متوجه شده. Does this place feels like home for you?
So far, I'm very comfortable in Cape Town. Yeah, it feels comfortable here.
If you could go back in time, what would you do differently in this career or in this journey?
I'll start a bit earlier.
How old are you?
I'm 25. I will be 25 next month.
So what's happened if someone started 30, 35?
There is biologically the learning curve. The more young you are, the younger you are, the easier learning comes to you. That is number one. But number two is about the jobs. If someone is starting very late, or late is fine, but very late, they might struggle later to find jobs, because the airline also has some age limits. You get me? It's not that they will not find a job. They will find a job, but it would be a little hard. If you ask me to go back in time...
What do you mean about late? Is it any specific age?
30.
30.
Starting at 30?
So, starting at 30 is good or is late?
Late.
30 is late
to
start. It means you graduate 32, maybe you need two years as instructor, 34, 35, and at 35 you're gonna start to browse for airliners.
Well, that's my idea of late. Anyone can have any idea.
Because actually there was a limit in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a job ad, for example, one airliner added a post that they require a pilot, first officer especially, they mentioned specifically that maximum age is 30. If you have bachelor, if you have, for example, any relevant and especially direct experience on aircraft flying or managing the airliner or anything like this, you can be 32 as well. But 30 area, it was the limits for Iran. How much instructor pilot can earn per month?
Say about if you fly for a minimum hour, so minimum you can get around 30 to 35,000 rands a month.
35,000 rand per month.
Minimum.
As grade 3.
Yeah.
Minimum.
You fly regularly.
If you fly regularly. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you will spend 15,000 per month. So you have 20 extra. You can reserve 20,000 per month.
Keep it aside 5,000 for your miscellaneous
Hobbies?
anything, party, travel, girlfriend, anything.
Being a bad instructor pilot and 15,000 as reserve for your future, huh? For your type, for your, I don't know, for anything. Sayed, thank you so much for all the information you gave us.
متشكرم.
Oh, this guy is brilliant. I love him.
He's being nice.
عاشق این پسرم. یعنی باور کنید اینقدر که
بازار کردن. He's exaggerating.
No, I'm not exaggerating. واقعا صادقانه بگم پسر بسیار بسیار دوست داشتنی، بسیار بسیار دلنشین و اینقدر شیرین و گل و Come inside.
Why are you holding his hand?
Come.
Why are you holding his hand?
و
No holding
ایشون یکی از jealous, you know.
What now?
He's jealous. He's jealous.
No, but you mustn't hold his hand. That's gay.
No.
No.
دست شما در نکنید تا اینجا ویدیو با ما همراه بودین، ویدیو ما رو دیدین، لایک، کامنت، سابسکرایب اینا فراموش نشه. فکر می‌کنم این ویدیو رو مجبور ادیتور محترم 2 پارت بذاره. نمیدونم حالا چی میگه، ولی خب اگر توی یه پارت دیدین لطفاً لایک و کامنت و سابسکرایب فراموش نشه. اگه تو
لایک، کامنت، سابسکرایب کردن فراموش نیست کردن. Little bit.
And
This man is doing great job, especially for the Iranian people, the Iranian students. Follow his footsteps. I hope he is going to give nice advices in future as well.
Yeah.
And he's doing a really great job enforcing interviews.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.